I listened to my own explanation of Takyeh on YouTube, and I actually didn't like it. I thought it wasn't clear enough, and it was too fast, and it was too messy. So one example to just show you the functionality of why to use Takyeh, not only what it is, but why to use it. It's just an effect, it's an ornamentation, and just because without it the melody would be too simple. For example, here's a famous piece, Hejaz Zarbi, that you might have heard, and I'm just going to play a piece of it, a segment of it, without the Takyeh. And then you quickly realize that almost every note in this melody needs to be performed with the Takyeh to be a little bit more beautiful. So the melody is goes like this, just simple melody without the Takyeh. Oh, okay, one more time. Now almost every note needs a Takyeh. So I'm going to perform it with a Takyeh and just slowly. So every note it's a huge difference. See, I'm almost playing the Takyeh sometimes by habit, just because you really do it all the time, because it's just a lot more beautiful. And that was simple, just played bare. So just, I hope that kind of makes sense. So almost every note, almost. Because without it, it would be really bare and boring. So Takyeh is just, it's almost like a staccato. Depends on how much of the next note you want to be heard. Sometimes you're just killing the vibration. Like, but sometimes you want to hear it, the next note a little bit. So that's pretty much it. The other thing that I like to emphasize is really watch your left hand. Make sure you're not playing like this, you're not playing like that. In fact, chairs with armrests are not very good. You want to have enough space. A lot of times sitting on even couches is not very comfortable. You want to be on a more forward kind of a position where you have more space to the right and left. Armrest right now is in the way. It's a little bit difficult, but you really don't want to have that. You want to have all the space, and make sure you're not playing like this. You're not kinking your arm. A gentleman, someone put a comment asking different tunings the sitar can have for different dasgahs, and I would suggest to forget about that completely, because you can play all dasgahs on the same simple C, G, C, C tuning. For the most part, you really don't need to be thinking about alternate tunings. Alternate tunings are an effect again. It's a way of creating a new sound with the drone strings. But if your goal is to understand the dasgah concept and to be able to play these modes, that's a different thing. You really don't need to learn about all of these different alternate tunings. If you want to learn about the dasgah concept, I really suggest picking up a copy of Ustad Takyeh's repertoire, rendition of the repertoire. It's actually very easy to read with the language that he's invented. It's very easy to, very good, in fact, exercise for note reading. Even if you're not good at reading music score, it's a very, very simple way of getting used to reading scores. And I highly suggest it. And it's complete. It's not simplified like some people think. It's not simplified. It's just using very smart notation to basically summarize and give the same picture with less ramification, less details of every grace note and every, for example, this Takyeh thing usually is a circle, whereas Ustad Takyeh shows it as a U, upward U, because the note goes up and comes down. And of course he uses the downward U, the standard U, for the note going down, back. And sometimes you have two upward U's, like now this tuning is B again, back to my standard tuning, B natural. And learning one scale is not going to teach you the dasgah. One dasgah, because you really a dasgah is like the state of California. Just knowing a few cities of San Francisco and Los Angeles doesn't make you understand what California is all about. That's not all of California, just like Iran is not Tehran and Isfahan. And for someone to understand Iran, they need to go to all the various cities and villages and so forth, and not everyone can claim to understand and know a whole country. And in the same fashion, it's very difficult to claim that somebody understands an entire repertoire. In fact, you may know all the pieces in the repertoire, but you may not understand how they are put together, how they come together, and how they should be played together. Or you may not know all kinds of passages that maybe are not yet invented, that needs to be invented, the pieces of the crossword, the jigsaw puzzle that need to be still actually discovered and put together actually. So with that thought, I'll let you go, and I hope you have a good day. Bye bye.